If you took away your entire cabinet, your entire garage, your entire shelves, all your shelving of all your detailing equipment, and you could only pick 3 products, 3 chemicals to use to detail all the cars, what 3 products would you actually pick? Now, this is something I thought about as I was driving today because I get asked often with all the confusion that's going on in the industry, all the product confusion, just everything that we see in the industry today of redundant products, products that don't work at all. And I get asked a lot, not only what products would I pick or what makes my products different? What makes Jimbo's Toughest Shell different? And so in this video, what I'm going to talk about, because I thought it'd be kind of fun, because it was a mental gymnastics that I did with myself to only pick 3 liquids, 3 different chemicals that I would use if I had to, if someone tied my hands behind my back and said, hey, out of all your chemicals, only pick 3 that you could use to detail the vast majority of the cars. What would it be? And again, this isn't going to be a perfect setup. I think it's the smartest one. I kind of thought about each one of not only products in my product line, but just products in general or different product categories. So though in this video, just for those of you that get hypersensitive, I am going to only mention my products and product categories in general, because when I thought about this, and this is something that I actually consider when I'm developing new products, is that I want my products to serve multiple purposes. And so in order for me to do this video, and then in order for me to explain why my product line is different, I'm only going to talk about my products. So a caveat, if you're not interested in that, you could turn away now, and I didn't waste too much of your time. But these are 3 products that I would pick. And when I was thinking about this as I was driving, I try to consider, okay, if, this is not going to be a perfect situation. So you're not going to be able to do like the kind of niche things of the industry, right? For example, like I probably wouldn't pick an iron remover, right? Because an iron remover kind of only does one thing, remove iron from the paint, right? But outside of that, you can't use an iron remover on the interior off-label. An iron remover is not a great glass cleaner. An iron remover is not a good paint protectant. An iron remover is not like a good interior dressing. And so, again, this is not like a perfect setup. This is just more for funsies than anything. And I enjoyed kind of thinking about it and strategizing what I would use. And so I thought that it would be fun to explain and kind of just tell you where my head's at. So again, this is not about the best product in each category. This is not about what, other brands. This is about like maximum versatility, and I really got to the place where like if a product only does one thing, i.e. like an iron remover, like I'm probably not going to pick it because it's not versatile enough, right? So same thing with like maybe a glass only coating or even a ceramic coating, like a wipe on ceramic coating. It only does one thing, and I'll explain later why I would pick a ceramic spray over that. So, and just like with everything, like I talk about in chemicals, there's give and take, right? So when we're limited on how many chemicals we can pick, we're sacrificing something somewhere. And in this case, we're kind of sacrificing perfection, which I know kind of goes against the grain with detail-oriented people. So again, a lot of verbiage to say like, this is not perfect, right? This is just, how can we, if I only had to pick 3 and a little tangent, not too much, but a little tangent is a lot of motivation behind this is those people that reach out to me that are either just getting started in detailing, like Jonathan, who stopped by my shop this weekend and picked up some product because he was a local and just starting his detailing business kind of as his side hustle. He's confused. Hey, what products can I start with? And also not only Jonathan, but a lot of other people that reach out like, hey, I don't want to spend a ton of money on this while I'm kind of figuring it out. So if you can narrow it down, what would you pick? And so though this is kind of more of a fun episode, this is also a episode that hopefully has a lot of value and can help kind of, direct you into what I think the most versatile products are. So the very first product that I would get, kind of like my foundational product, is definitely the Super Soaper. So a car wash soap that is slightly above pH neutral when it's diluted down in a foam cannon and the actual chemical is hitting the surface of the card is pH neutral. But this soap is so versatile. So I use it as a pre-soak. It can work in a foam cannon. It can work in a bucket wash. It can clean engines. It can clean wheels. It's not going to do the heavy lifting like a Pure Magic cleaner would, or an acid-based wheel cleaner, or anything like that. But it will definitely clean the wheels, lightly clean the tires. I don't recommend it like this, but I guess you could use it on interiors and it would clean. It's more than a soap, though it is a soap. It's in this context, I would kind of consider it like my all-purpose cleaner, right? Without being harsh. And so, because this alone replaces 3 or 4 products. I don't have a pre-soak APC. I don't need any of that. Again, I probably wouldn't use it on interiors, but I think really diluted down, you could use it on interiors and it would probably clean pretty good. Again, not ideal, but also not the worst situation ever. I wouldn't pick an all-purpose cleaner over the soap, though you could do an all-purpose cleaner as a number one. That would obviously be a good all-around cleaner, and most all-purpose cleaners also foam. So you could foam an all-purpose cleaner as a car wash soap. So that one is a toss-up right there. I'm going to go Super Soaper because I think you get more lubrication on the wash. You're going to get a safer wash than you would with an all-purpose cleaner. But again, nonetheless, it's kind of, again, like I said, it is like an all-purpose cleaner, just a little less harsh. But you could swap that out with an all-purpose cleaner if you wanted to do it. But definitely that's the foundational product because it has, so many uses. It replaces 4 or 5 products right there. It's just an easy first product to pick. And again, so versatile, whether you have it in a bucket, whether you have it in a foam cannon, whether you have it in a garden hose foam cannon, whether you have it in a pump sprayer. People are using it as windshield wiper fluid. They're mixing, I actually did a YouTube short on this. They're mixing about 1 or 2 ounces per gallon of water and using it as a window washer fluid, especially truckers or people that live in areas of the country that have a lot of bugs. It is really effective at cleaning the bugs off your front windshield. A decent tire cleaner, I wouldn't call it like the best. Again, we're sacrificing here. So not the world's best tire cleaner, but can definitely clean a tire, can definitely clean a rim with some agitation. Again, and you're starting, the reason why I call it a foundational product is you are literally starting from, you have to be able to clean the car, right? Cleaning is step 1, right? And that's kind of how my mind worked with this is like, okay, what are the general things that we're trying to do? It's kind of like wash, protect, restore if possible, right? Those are kind of my like 3 main buckets when I think about like key areas of the car that customers care about: clean, protect, and kind of shine, I guess. Clean, shine, protect. Anyway, so the next one in that, if you have that mindset or those categories that you're trying to fill, the next obvious answer would be to protect the paint, which I would do with Tough as Shell. This is going to be my kind of enhancement product, protection product, because cleaning is step 1, and then we want to protect, right? Clean, protect, and restore if possible, right? So this can be used obviously as a paint protection, can be used as a drying aid, so we're protecting the paint, right? It's a great topper for ceramic coatings. It could be used as a quick detailer. It could protect trim, rims, tires, interiors. I like Tough as Shell on interiors. I personally use, not out of this list, but I just personally do use Tough as Shell as my interior detailer. I just like it. It works nice on my leather seats or clear coat vinyl, whatever they are. It's gentle. It's soft. It makes materials feel supple without giving it too much added shine. It doesn't make my seat slippery like a leather conditioner would. And so I like that. It just makes my seats feel nice. And so this will be my gloss, my protection, my maintenance product. Obviously, it's not the Gloss Boss. It's not a full-blown ceramic coating. But again, in this scenario, we're getting 80% of 80 to 90% of the way there with way more flexibility. Again, you're not going to be using the Gloss Boss on your interior, right? Though I guess you could. It's not designed for that, right? And so where Tough as Shell can be diluted down 1-to-1, and then it's definitely your quick detail spray, it's your glass cleaner, your interior protectant, so you're protecting your interior and exterior at the same time. And after you clean it with the Super Soaper, it's going to make your car look amazing, right? So again, give and take, but how much can we take without giving too much? And so I think between the Super Soaper and Tough as Shell, we're really, really getting there. And then the third product was really a toss-up because I'm like, I was kind of going complete cabin cleaner. I was kind of going complete cabin cleaner or pure magic cleaner, but pure magic cleaner being an acid-based cleaner, very effective. I was thinking it could be my iron remover, very good at cleaning rims, but then kind of limited as well. And I thought the same with the complete cabin cleaner, like very good for interiors, but what are you doing for me on the outside? And so I really wanted, every product had to be like dual purpose. And so what I settled on was all dressed up. And this is kind of the finishing or the restoration, because for me personally, if the tires aren't shining, I ain't interested, right? I know there's a lot of people that like, and even products out there that do a matte finish on the tires. That's just not for me. I want my tires shiny. I like blinged out tires. And to be honest with you, I love shiny paint, but I love shiny tires more, right? And so I thought if I was doing this for my own cars, I would not be satisfied if my tires weren't shiny, right? And so all dressed up was that. And then I just think that's what actually makes the car look detailed when the tires are shiny. But it does more than just tires, because all dressed up is heavily dilutable as well. So it can work on trim as a slight restoration product, but definitely as a maintenance product. Again, you could work on it, use it in the engine bay, of course, to dress it all up. Interior plastics, it could be diluted way down and then used on interiors. Vinyl rubber, you could even use it on your vinyl seats. And so again, dilute it way down if you're going to do that, like 10-1 at least. If you're going to use it on interiors, it could be really shiny on interiors. But this is really what I think takes a car from clean to detailed. And so if you're really trying to detail a car with only 3 products, again, because all dressed up is so dilutable, you could change the finish, use it inside and out, which is really what my requirements were. And when I segmented it into my head of like, okay, these are the 3 main categories: clean, protect, restore. Those are like the 3 main categories that I'm looking for. What would be the right products to fill those categories as best I can, right? And so that's what it was. It was the Super Soaper. It was tough as shell. It was all dressed up. Now, in the basics bundle that I sell, you do get Pure Magic Cleaner and the Complete Cabin Cleaner, which I really think in an ideal world really rounds out the best bundle or the best intro to my product line. That's why I have it, the basic bundle. But again, I just wanted to try to see if I could hit it with 3. So, and again, just to recap for those really detail-oriented people out there, we're not removing heavy iron contamination. We're not doing a deep paint correction. You're not doing specialty coatings. You're really not doing super specialty stuff. This is nowhere near a perfect setup, but I just wanted to see how efficient I could get with only 3 products, because I do get asked all the time, like, hey, Jimbo, I'm new to your line. What are the most essential products, or what products would you want me to try first? I think the Complete Cabin Cleaner is a total sleeper as well, because it smells so good and works so good. But again, this is not the perfect setup. This is just the most efficient setup. So that's the 3 I would pick to do 80 to 90% of the cars out there. I think this will absolutely get the job done without a problem. You got the cleaning covered, you got the protection covered, you got the finish covered. And that's really the whole detail process anyway. It's just a little bit simplified and really not shortcutting anything, but again, not doing a full complete detail as well. So again, I just wanted to kind of work through that mental exercise and fun if I only had to pick 3. Again, as the industry gets more complicated, one thing I'm really trying to do both with my content and my product line is to simplify the process. Because I realize personally, when I simplify things, not only is it easier to understand, but I get more fulfillment and enjoyment out of that. And so my personal belief too is that I don't think that it is necessary to have redundant products in a product line. I think it confuses you, the consumer. I think it confuses the brand. I think it makes it really hard for the brand. And so for me, because it's my brand and I get to do things differently, I choose not to do that, right? So, and this also works perfect. Like, I carry a go bag or a go box in my car, which has these products in it. And it's kind of, if I get bird poop or we're on a road trip or I'm somewhere, where I want to clean my car, I kind of have a go box, I call it, of like microfiber towels. It's my private stash, right? My microfiber towels, my cleaning stuff. I do have Pure Magic Cleaner and the Complete Cabin Cleaner in there. But it's kind of just my go box of like, stuff on the go if I need to clean up real quick, right? And so that's what I would do. I don't know. There's not much to say. So if you had to pick 3 products, it could be mine or it could be other brands. That's fine. Let's have a discussion. What would they be? Drop a comment below. I'm sure people out there have better ideas than I do. And so I love hearing your guys' comments and kind of interacting of what you would do, what products you would pick, what categories. And shoot, maybe we'll do like the 3 worst products you could pick in this situation. Maybe I'll do that as another episode. And I don't know. I just think it's fun. So anyway, with that, I will link obviously all these products below and the bundles. Thank you so much for the support. But again, comment below what 3 products or what 3 product categories you would pick if you only had to pick 3. I know this is going to be hard for a lot of us who have cabinets full of stuff, garages full of stuff, overflowing stuff everywhere. But if you only had to pick 3, what would you pick? Drop it below and I'll link all my products below as well. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Catch you on the next one. See ya.